your girl.
What is up, you guys? It's your girl Ashley Janae, and I am back with another video on the Natrix channel, where here we talk everything love, life, positivity, and we sprinkle a little bit of wisdom based on some of the things that I, your host Ashley Janae, have personally experienced to transmute into beautiful content for you guys. Now, I want to talk about something I feel very called to, which is very vulnerable and out of my comfort zone for me, but I'm going to do it anyways, and it's about the healing journey and what started my healing journey. What I believe are the 4 important steps to take to maintain a strong healing journey or even begin one. So without further ado, let's get started. I want to say that your healing journey does not begin when you feel better about something. It doesn't begin when after 40 days and 40 nights of crying and crashing out, you finally see that light. No, that is not how your healing journey starts. That's not even when it starts. Your healing journey doesn't begin when you feel better about something. It begins when you become honest about something. The people, places, and things that are no longer serving you, that let you know you gotta pack that bag and you gotta get out of there, right? So what started my healing journey? When I was in college, I went to a predominantly white university. I felt very lonely. I grew up, as per my first video I ever did, I was bullied. I never feel like I fit in. I wasn't cute. I experienced my little glow up now, but I wasn't always looking like this and put together, right? I never genuinely had like a friendship. I never felt connected to people. Even the adults that I thought that I could ever trust in my life failed me or didn't come through, you know? And I kind of feel like that followed me into college. I was separated from my foster parents for the first time ever because they were very much hands-on. They were very much strict, you know, to the point where, you know, everything that I did was pretty much inside of the house or with them or with my siblings. So the first time that I was ever removed from that was college, and it was really hard for me to accept, if you know anything about trauma. Back to the point, when I went to college, due to feeling lonely, due to being around so much upper class, I had never been through trauma in my life. People, I pretty much didn't click with anybody. I was to myself. I was just in corners and stuff. I was in the same group as a particular individual, and we saw each other here and there, but we never really connected. I want to say one day we just kept looking at each other and we are like, well, why not? Okay, you black, I'm black. Let's get this thing rolling, right? So we ended up talking to each other. We got very close because we realized we had similar traumas. We realized that we've been through kind of the same thing. We realized we were pretty much just similar as far as our background. So it was a trauma bond. For those of you that know, anytime a situation is based on shared trauma, it is not going to last. It is not going to be 100% healthy. You need to pack a spin a life bag and you need to run, okay? You need to get out of there. So anyways, as time went on in this codependent friendship, it was very much you move, I move, just like that, you know? It was very much, if you like it, I like it. You know, if you don't love it, I don't love it. If you jump off a cliff, I'm gonna jump. It was just so much childish, just you need to go heal and find yourself behaviors that were going on in this connection. As time went on, I just began to experience a lot of things that were honestly just not good for me. It was very hurtful. It was very painful. I began to experience a lot of things that weren't sister coded, weren't best friend coded, you name it, whatever coded that you want to talk about, right? And I want to say I held on just because it was the first time, like I said, in my life that I thought I experienced a genuine connection. I thought I had a friend, okay? I thought that I was really going places with this person, right? And I would say that there were 4 things that really helped me to disconnect from this person, right? I would say number 1 was acceptance. I had to accept that this friendship that I thought that was something that started off super genuine, it wasn't something that was continuing to be genuine. I had to accept that. I had to realize that there were things that were taking place that, as much as I wanted to ignore, it was something that didn't sit right with me. It was something that was hurting me more than it was helping me. Number 2, I had to take accountability. It's easy when we start our healing journey to be like, but this person this, but this person that, right? Great. But what also did you do, or what did you not do to contribute to this cycle that was taking place, right? So I would say, for instance, for me back at the time, I wasn't comfortable having uncomfortable conversations. I wasn't comfortable with confrontation, especially because I know how I get, okay? Scorpio sign. So anyways, I would say that those were things that, or those were just a couple of behaviors that I noticed that I had to take accountability for, because girl, that's why I'm experiencing it in the first place. If I'm not speaking up so much about something, how are they supposed to read my mind and blah blah blah? Even though by nature, as a best friend and me being someone that never opening up to you, you should kind of know what you're doing, right? But anyways, I digress, right? I would say number 3 was understanding the cycle. I would say it took for me to, sometimes I want to say this as well before I even say what I'm about to say. When I say understand the cycle, I'm not saying 1000% have a strong foundation and understanding of what's going on. All I'm saying is sometimes you just have to understand what is not healthy about that dynamic. You don't have to understand why that person did it, what they went through that contributed. That's rabbit hole syndrome. What you have to understand is, okay, I realized this is not healthy. I took accountability for what I experienced in that connection, or what I did in that connection or didn't do in that connection that contributed to that toxicity. But now it's about, okay, but why are these things unhealthy? It sounds pretty simple, or it sounds like nah crap, but honestly, when you sit down and really think about every little detail of why that thing doesn't serve you, why it's toxic, why you need to let go, it will help you as you get further along into your healing journey to not repeat it. The more you understand that something is toxic and it's something for you to look out for and it is a red flag, the less you are bound to repeat it, the less you are bound. And even if you do get a test, right, you're gonna pass that test with flying colors, because honestly, you're gonna know what to look for that's not healthy. You're gonna already know, you know. And I feel like that's very important, because a lot of people just do step number 1, barely step number 2. But even if you do number 1 and 2, people don't really take the time to process and understand why, you know. Number whatever, because I'm at this point, I done forgot. I've been talking for that long and that much, okay. I'm something else. I would say healthy coping mechanisms, right? I would say that this is just a general how to start and maintain your healing journey. I will definitely make more videos that are more detailed, but for now, I'm just giving the basic generals, and that's what the healthy coping mechanisms will be. This is just a general statement until I make another video getting deeper, but you have to surround yourself with more positive, healthier coping mechanisms, environments, and people, places, and things. I cannot emphasize this enough. You cannot heal in the same environment that breaks you. You cannot better yourself when you keep going to things. Why? Because that vibration of something that wasn't meant to hold you for the longest or ever period will drag you back down every single time. You lose yourself again every time you go back. And if that's not the case, then how come we're trying to constantly crawl ourselves back out of the same hole we drop ourselves down into, right? I want to say that the more that you surround yourself with better when you heal, the more when you even feel slightly tempted to go back to what broke you or what is toxic and what doesn't serve you, it will never feel right. Why? Because you bossed up. Why? Because you leveled up. Why? Because your energy's on a higher frequency. It's not gonna resonate with you no more. That's exactly why when you heal and you get around better people, or when you heal and you start taking really good care of yourself and you get so used to that beautiful, positive, peaceful routine, and then you want to go back to that so-called person, place, or environment thing that broke you, or you know was toxic, whatever the case is, you just be like, you know what, I don't even want it, even if I try to force myself, because you don't even feel the same about it, right? And I feel like it's very important, because sometimes when we heal, we're just focused on steps 1, step 2, or step 3, you know? And I kind of feel like that's very important. You have to disconnect. It's hard. And I'll make a video on that too. But you have to disconnect. You have to put yourself around better. And I promise you, baby, it's magic, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I didn't go into too much details. I'm pretty much a private person, but I definitely felt called to share this message. If you guys have any positive messages or anything you want to share down below in the comments, I'll definitely reply, and it may help someone else along their journey as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, Natrix babies. Mwah.